Chapter 21, MKUltra, Cathy O'Brien and Candy Jones. Author Stuart Swerdlow states that during World War II, the Germans helped to perfect sex slaves as a means of transmitting information amongst the elite Illuminati. Sex slaves can be male or female but were sexually programmed using Wilhelm Reich's procedures, which are illegal in the United States but are still used by the Illuminati and by governments. The sex slaves delivered messages and kept programmed sleepers in line. They are downloaded with a message or function through various sexual acts and drugs, which can only be released by repeating the same sexual act with the target or person to be activated. They are trained to know their target's trigger words and trigger events to activate, delete or change programming. According to Wikipedia, Cathy O'Brien was born in December 1957, in Michigan. She is an American that claims she was a victim of a government-run mind control program named Project Monarch. This was a part of the CIA's Project MKUltra program for the behavioral engineering of humans using mind control. She co-wrote books entitled Transformation of America and Access Denied, for reasons of national security. O'Brien's claims are a result of hypnosis where her memories were retrieved. Project Monarch is not mentioned in reviews of MKUltra, the parent program. MKUltra records were deliberately destroyed in 1973 by order of the then CIA director, Richard Helms, so it's been difficult for investigators to gain some understanding of the more than 150 individually funded projects that came under the umbrella of MKUltra. She states that she has recollection of child abuse, of her and her daughter, by international pedophile rings, drug barons and Satanists, as part of a sex slave aspect to her trauma-based mind control programming. Individuals from the United States, Canada, Mexico and Saudi Arabia governments are implicated, as well as stars of the country and Western music scene. She claims that she was recruited against her will by both the CIA and her abusive father when she was a child, through a network of child pornographers that he was involved with. She was forced to participate in the project, which is said to be a subsection of Project MKUltra and Project Artichoke. According to her, George H.W. Bush used a hologram to appear as a lizard alien in her presence. Claiming to be an alien himself, Bush apparently activated a hologram of the lizard-like alien, which provided the illusion of Bush transforming like a chameleon before my eyes. In retrospect, I understand that Bush had been painstakingly careful in positioning our seats in order that the hologram's effectiveness be maximized. O'Brien says that she has developed dissociative identity disorder, previously called multiple personality disorder, and that she has no memory of some of her activities. She also states that she has a photographic recall of the events that she suffered whilst her alternate personalities were in control. Another victim of CIA mind control was an American female, a model, writer and radio talk show host named Candy Jones. She was born in December 1925 and died in January 1990. In the 1940s and 50s she was a leading model and pin-up girl before establishing a modeling school. She claimed that she was a victim of Project MKUltra in the 1960s. She was born into a rich family but experienced vivid, conscious memories of physical abuse by her parents and had vague memories of sexual abuse in her youth. She was shuttled between relatives and her mother, who apparently kept her locked in dark rooms. At 6 feet 4 inches she was one of the leading pin-up girls during World War II, appearing on magazine covers. In 1972 she married radio host Long John Nebel, who said that he noted that she exhibited violent mood swings and seemed, at times, to display a different personality. Nebel hypnotized Jones and uncovered an alternate personality named Arlene. Under hypnosis, she related a lengthy, elaborate account of being trained in a CIA mind control program, often at West Coast colleges and universities. They recorded hundreds of hours of such recordings together. Jones said that she had some conscious memories of her involvement in the mind control program. It began in 1960, when an old user acquaintance, unnamed retired Army general, asked to use Jones Modeling School as a mailing address to receive some letters and packages, to which she agreed. Eventually she was asked to deliver a letter to Oakland in California on a business trip. She agreed and was surprised to discover the letter was delivered to the same Dr. Jensen who had treated her in the Philippines 20 years before. Jones said that Jensen and an associate offered her hefty amounts of cash if she was willing to engage in their further plans. She agreed because her modeling school was faltering. During hypnosis sessions, an alternate personality named Arlene was groomed by Jensen so that Jones would have no memory of Arlene's activities. Whilst hypnotized, she claimed that she was subjected to painful tortures in order to test the effectiveness of the alternate personality. She visited destinations including Taiwan and South Vietnam. In Donald Bain's book The Control of Candy Jones, Bain said that Candy Jones inadvertently held onto a passport of Arlene Grant including a picture of her with a dark wig and dark makeup. He also noted that in 1971, an article by hypnosis expert George Estabrooks was published in Science Digest, where Estabrooks openly discussed the successful creation of amnesiac couriers of the type that Candy Jones claimed to have been.